Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty intense. It's an event that takes high school students and pushes them to their absolute breaking limits. A single day designed to show them what they're really made of. So let's just start with a question. What happens when your typical school day, the one with books and bells, gets completely replaced by one that's all about breaking points and building unbreakable bonds? Well, this is Vika Spartans, and it is not just some after-school club, okay? This is a grueling, one-day event where students discover that those limits they thought they had, they were never really there to begin with. So why on earth would anyone willingly sign up for something like this? I mean, seriously. For a lot of them, it comes down to this deep desire to just test themselves, to see what they're truly made of. It's seen as this huge test, not just of your body, but of your mind. It's a chance to find out where your personal boundaries really lie, way, way outside the comfort of a normal classroom. And for some, the motivation is even simpler than that. It's this powerful idea of, hey, it's better to give it a shot and maybe not make it than to just sit on the sidelines and never know what could have been. That mindset right there, that's what gets so many of them to sign up, embracing all the uncertainty ahead. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the challenge itself, and believe me, this thing is absolutely relentless. It kicks off at 8 in the morning and does not stop until 9, maybe even 10 o'clock at night. That's 13 hours. For most of that time, they're being pushed, and for big chunks of it, they get zero food. This isn't just a long day, it's a true epic of endurance. The whole day is just packed with these brutal tasks, and they're not random. Each one is designed to break down that individual, I can do this myself attitude and force you to rely on your team. We're talking about carrying a teammate on a stretcher for over an hour, plunging into ice-cold water, and just marching endlessly with heavy sandbags. But here's the thing, it's not just physical. The mental game is just as intense. The leaders will straight up mess with their heads. They'll lie about how far they have left to go just to test their mental strength when their bodies are already screaming to stop. So picture this. You've just hauled yourself out of freezing water, you're shivering uncontrollably, and then what happens? They zip tie your wrists to your teammates. Now you are literally bound together, forcing a level of cooperation that has to be instant and absolute. And this right here, this just perfectly captures the psychological warfare. The students are freezing, they're starving, they're exhausted, and the leaders? They sit right in front of them, all warm and dry, and start eating a pizza. It's a calculated move to push them past simple frustration and into a place of deep foundational resilience. Which brings us to the most crucial point of the entire day. You cannot survive this alone. It's impossible. Vika Spartans is fundamentally 100% about the team. If you walk in thinking you're some kind of lone wolf hero, that idea gets crushed within the first hour. This is the core lesson. Your own personal strength means absolutely nothing if your team starts to fall apart. Because when one person starts to lag, the entire group feels the consequences. So the challenge forces this complete mental switch. It stops being about, am I the strongest? And becomes, how can we as a team distribute this weight so we can all keep moving forward? The goal isn't to be the first one to finish. It's to make sure everyone finishes together. And get this, these teams aren't made up of best friends who already know each other. They are total strangers from different grade levels, just thrown together into these 5-person groups. From the very first minute, they have to figure out how to trust and rely on each other under this insane amount of pressure. So after all of that, after the mud, the cold, the exhaustion, what's the real takeaway? What's the lasting impact after everything else has faded away? Well, it's way more than just bragging rights. The students walk away with tangible, real-world skills. I mean, a sociologist and recruiter involved with the program said they'd take an extra close look at the resume of anyone who's completed Spartans. That tells you a lot. Because finishing this challenge is basically a living, breathing demonstration of your best qualities. You've proven you have that will to finish what you start, no matter how hard it gets. You've proven you can work with brand new people under extreme stress, that you can bounce back from hitting a wall, and that you can solve problems as a group. It's one thing to say you have grit. It's another thing entirely to have proven it like this. And for many, the journey doesn't just stop after those 13 hours. There's a whole path forward. You can go on to take a leadership course to help guide the next group through it, or if you're really hardcore, you can take on the next level, an overnight challenge they call Spartans X.
So after all of that pain, all that struggle, what's the ultimate reward? It's not a medal, it's not a certificate, it's something else.
The real prize is that feeling, that profound sense of shared accomplishment. It's that moment at the very end when you're all gathered around a bonfire with the very same people you just struggled alongside, and you all just know you did it together.
The reward is a bond that lasts. It's seeing your teammates in the school hallways a week later and sharing a look that says everything, a look that nobody else can understand. It's the quiet confidence you carry with you, knowing you faced your absolute limit, and then you pushed right past it. And what this all shows is that sometimes the most valuable lessons aren't learned in a quiet classroom. They're learned in those loud, desperate moments when giving up feels like the only possible option, and yet you choose not to.